Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's guided meditation. Today's meditation is to help us surrender and let go so that we can continue to have renewed trust and faith in the process. Our lives are a process of creation. We are constantly unfolding in new ways, changing something, creating something, manifesting something. And as we are doing that, as we are working with the elements of creation, we are working with the unseen and the unknown. And so in that process of bringing something in, even though we can't see it in our lives yet, we all have moments where we waver in the belief that it is possible, in the belief that it is true. So my intention for today's meditation is to clear away all doubt, any feelings of lack that make you feel like what you are wanting to create isn't possible or isn't happening. My intention is to help you clear away all of that and step back into the feeling of knowing that it is happening, knowing that it is unfolding, knowing that you are capable of creation. And sometimes it's just a matter of divine timing on when that is going to come through into your life. Surrendering the attempts to control or force or push. And if you ever find yourself becoming stressed in the process of manifestation, if you ever find yourself becoming too attached to something linear, like a certain date, a certain amount, or like you need something now, right now, and won't wait for it, those are all very good signs that you are needing to let go of the process. I know that these things you are trying to create are important to you, and that's why you are holding on to them so tightly. Because you are so excited and so inspired to have these experiences unfold in your life. And that's good. You should be excited. You should be inspired. Those are all signs that you're on the right track, wanting and wishing and creating the right things. But if you hold on too tightly, you don't allow the space for it to come into your life. If you consider your energetic field for a second, and you take into account any amount of your energy and field that are being occupied by stress, doubt, lack, trauma, attachment, and if you take into account how much time and energy you put into worrying and doubting and fearing, that is all energetic space that can be made available for the sensations and experiences that you're desiring. If you are wanting more trust and less fear, then every space in your energetic field that you hold fear, you have the ability to alchemize into trust. If you are wanting greater abundance, then every part of your energetic field occupied by lack, you have the ability to transmute and alchemize into abundance. In Hermeticism, under the law of polarity, they remind us that opposites are on two ends of the same spectrum. The same way that dark and light are on opposite sides of the same spectrum. That any given brightness or dimness is varying levels of both light and dark. And in that same way, energies such as lack and abundance are on opposite sides of the same spectrum. If you can know and experience lack, then you are already on the scale, on the spectrum. It is already within your ability to experience abundance. It's just a matter of shifting the dial from one side of the spectrum to the other. On one side of the spectrum is trust, and the other side of that same spectrum is fear. One side of another spectrum is your highest self, and the other side of that spectrum is your ego. And begin to understand that one doesn't exist without the other, because the pair of them together is the unified energy, or the unified field that we are interacting with whenever we play out these scenes or these archetypal energies in our lives. On the spectrum of dark and light, one isn't better than the other. Both are necessary for the ecosystems that exist on Earth at this time. And so it's not a matter of good versus evil, or that one is better than the other. It's simply that both are available to you. And with your free will, you choose which side of the spectrum you are willing to experience. And maybe so far in this lifetime, you have been operating on autopilot. You have been making choices based on societal standards and expectations that tell you that you have to experience fear, that you have to be afraid, that you have to operate from lack or doubt, that you always have to be watching over your shoulder. But with awareness, you can realize that you have the ability to shift that, to shift your beliefs about yourself, your world, your life, into something more positive, into something more nurturing and supportive to your path. So when you are ready, please get into a comfortable position, close your eyes, and let's start with a few deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, and just dropping down into our body. With every inhale, we're quieting the mind, and with every exhale, we're dropping our energy out of the mind, out of the mental, down into the heart space, down into the body. Deep, slow breaths. Allowing our bodies to sink deeper and deeper into the cushion beneath us. With every exhale, physically releasing tension in the body. With every exhale, releasing tension in the mind. Breathing into any areas in your body that may feel tense or like you are holding on to anything in those areas. Breathe into those spaces in your body, and on your next exhale, letting it go, breathing that tension out of your body. And doing that same breath a few more times, anywhere else in your body that feels tense. On every exhale, just letting it go. Just taking this time to release any muscles that you might have been clenching or holding tension in without realizing. When we are stressed in the mind, we create stress in the body, and stress in the body creates stress in the mind. It's a cycle. And so just taking a moment to break that cycle, setting yourself free from it, nurturing both your body and mind with this breath. Noticing just how powerful awareness can be. And taking a moment to send love to our body, any parts of our body that we were holding tension in, and our body as a whole. Maybe giving yourself a little hug if it feels right. Smiling, dropping into the body, being grateful for the body. Tuning in to the physical sensations. Tuning in to how it feels to have a hand rest on your heart, or to have your arms wrap around yourself in a hug. Allowing something to feel good right now. And like roots of a tree, begin to grow roots out of the bottom of your body and into the earth beneath you, pushing through layers of dirt and rock, deeper and deeper towards the center of Mother Earth. And repeating after me out loud or in your head, I release any and all negative, stuck, trapped or attached energy out of my body, out of my field, down my roots now. Letting it go, letting it flow down your roots, not pushing or forcing. And just noticing how that feels in your body. And one more time out loud or in your head, I release any and all energy that no longer serves my highest good out of my body, out of my field, down my roots now. And letting it simply fall away. Down your roots to be alchemized and transmuted by the earth. Making the choice to let these energies go and create space for more aligned sensations. It's not a matter of positive and negative, because all sensations are wisdom. All sensations create the ability for knowledge and growth. It's just a matter of free will and choice. Choosing which sensations you will give your time and energy towards, which frequencies you will allow in your field. And not every day will be perfect, because life is comprised of all sides of the spectrum. Only together is there unity. We only create separation. We only feed a delusion when we try to force everything to be good, when we try to force everything to be now, when the fact is everything is unfolding as it is intended to. Everything is a part of the process. But you can choose what side of the spectrum you want to operate within. And so just taking this opportunity to release everything that is not within the energies and frequencies that you want to operate within moving forward. Letting it all go. And now visualize a sphere of golden white protective light surrounding and protecting your body, clearing the energy within it. And a second sphere of golden white light surrounding your home or the space that you're in, clearing and protecting this space. Allowing your energy field to be filled with this golden white light. And now bring into your awareness your energy field. The energy within your body and the energy surrounding your body that is a part of your auric field. Just trusting whatever observations and sensations are coming through. Noticing where in your field you are already experiencing what you have been calling in and manifesting, the pieces of it that you have been starting to see and feel and know. And also become aware of the parts in your field that are at the opposite end of those spectrums. Any lack, doubt, or fear that is residing within your energetic field, residing within your beliefs, may they be conscious or subconscious, residing within your habits and patterns, residing within your ancestral lineage, anything that's been passed down from the collective consciousness. Allow these sensations, these experiences that are holding you back or that are in contrast to what you're manifesting in your life. Allow these energies to be transmuted into their opposite, raising the dial from fear into trust, raising the frequency from lack into abundance, raising the dial, raising the frequency and use your breath and your exhale to release. Use your breath as a method of releasing energy as you do this. Using your exhale to release any energy that no longer serves your highest good. And allowing the raising of that dial, the raising and shifting of that frequency to be easy and effortless. Not like you're pushing it up a hill against gravity. It shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't feel difficult. Just allowing it to be. Reminding yourself what trust feels like and allowing that fear to be uplifted into trust. Reminding yourself what abundance feels like and allowing that lack to be uplifted to float up into abundance. To allow worry to float up effortlessly into peace. Allowing any sadness or any anger to be uplifted into a smile. Allow any loneliness, any isolation, any abandonment to be uplifted into love, companionship, partnership. Allowing love to be amplified in your field, especially in the spots of your field that need it most. And if you're unfamiliar with it, this is energetic work. This is the power you hold to shift energies from one to another. It's just a matter of tuning in and making a conscious choice. Making the choice to be brave, to have courage, to have trust. If you use your free will to make the choice to be abundant, to be healthy, to be successful, to have peace, to experience love and wisdom and your life purpose, then all you need to do is open yourself to your innate wisdom that will guide you to it. If you have made the choice through your manifestations, through your creations, to become a better version of yourself, then all you need to do is continue following any whims, any hopes, any dreams, any passions, because they are guiding you towards that. At the end of the day, all fear comes from the fear of suffering. A fear that if something were to happen, we would suffer as a result of it. And so behind all manifestations is the desire to have greater peace, a greater sense of love, to be able to trust and flow and let go, and ultimately to remember to be in touch with and connected to our divinity and source itself. And it is not the external experiences that create this sensation, because these external situations will offer you nothing if the love and joy and connection to source isn't already present within you. So you don't need to go here or do this or be that in order to feel what you're wanting to feel. The shortcut is that you can do it internally. If you are wanting to feel abundant, then what is it behind that abundance that you are wanting to feel? Is it confidence in yourself and your abilities? Is it comfort or pleasure? And if that's the case, then allow yourself to feel that way now. Allow discomfort to be transmuted into comfort. Allow low self-esteem to be transmuted into confidence and trusting yourself. Allow confusion to be transmuted into faith in your path and the way that it's unfolding. And when everything unfolds in your life the way that you have been wanting it to, it's not because you forced it to, but rather because you allowed it to. That from this space of confidence and trust, you allowed it to come through. You decided that you were worthy of it coming through, and so it did. And as you envision that best case scenario coming through, as you imagine all of your hopes and dreams manifested, I want you to say, of course it did. Of course it happened. Of course I found my way. Of course I found my life purpose. Of course I'm abundant. Duh. Allow yourself to smile as you say it. Of course it happened. Why wouldn't it? I was so silly to think that it wouldn't happen. Maybe you can even laugh at yourself and give yourself the gift of laughter in this moment. Of course it happened. Of course it all worked out. If you ever find yourself asking, will it happen? Will it go the way that I hope it will and want it to? You answer yourself, of course it will. Of course it will. And just allowing yourself to smile, knowing that you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to force anything. You only need to allow. And allowing is the same energy of just getting out of the way so that something can flow through. Opening the gates so the river can flow. Every time you were trying to force something in the river that is life, you were attempting to build a dam, to dig up the ground and redirect the river in the direction you wanted it to go, in the way you thought was best. And in the process, you were forsaking the natural process that the universe has been unfolding in since its creation. And it wasn't intentional. We do it all subconsciously. But again, just giving yourself permission to laugh, to give yourself the medicine of laughter. Saying to yourself, you silly, goofy little human, you were trying to dam the river and force it in another direction without realizing that with no effort at all, the river was about to go around a bend and take you to exactly where you wanted to go, and you just couldn't see it yet. You never needed to force it. It was already unfolding. And as soon as you sowed the seed of hope, as soon as you decided that you wanted to experience it, you went down the path of creating it. You went down the path of living it. And if you plant a seed hoping to eat the tomato, you know that there's a process to it. First, the seed has to grow roots and grow upwards and be pollinated, and there's a whole process. And energetic work is no different. You have to trust the unfolding of the process, and then that plant will eventually bear fruit for you to enjoy. A plant has to grow tall and strong to support the weight of the fruit that it grows. And you and your soul and your life are no different. Allow the universe to show you. Allow the universe to teach you lessons, because that's what gives you the strength to bear fruit. And we're not just taping a tomato onto a freshly grown sprout and deluding ourselves into thinking, well, that's it. We did it, that's enough. No, we're growing the plant from start to finish. We are creating a version of ourselves that is capable of sustaining this energy that we are manifesting and creating. And so do not spurn yourself or judge yourself when for a moment you are capable of holding that frequency and then it fades, because it will always return stronger and longer each time. Because it is the process of unfolding that allows you to one day carry the full weight of that fruit, to sustain it and maintain it. Because to sustain and maintain the metaphorical fruit is to be embodied in that energy. And just not shaming yourself for allowing it to be a process. The same way you do not shame a sprout for not yet being fully grown and giving you tomatoes to harvest. You nurture it, you nurture the process. You give the plant what it needs at each stage so that it can reach its best destination. And even when it's there, even when it's big enough to grow fruit and hold the weight of it, that plant will continue to grow. You will continue to grow and unfold because it is not a destination. It has always been the journey. And as you grow and grow and grow, your ability to hold those higher frequencies becomes better. Those sensations stick around for longer. They become consistent. They become your new baseline. So simply allow them to be. Allow your vibration to raise. Allow yourself to feel trust, peace, harmony, love. Allow yourself to have trust and flow down the river, knowing that it will guide you to exactly where you need to be when you need to be there, and trusting the medicine that comes on the journey along the way. And so it is. Thank you so much for joining me for today's meditation. I'm going to leave you here in this energy for as long as you'd like. Thank you. Namaste.